Hey traders, this is Chris Dunn with eminiacademy.com. Want to do a quick market recap video for today. We looking here in the morning session, we actually had a short that lined up. It was close to support, so it only worked for a couple of points here. And if you notice, after that, we actually pulled back to our last area, which was the mid-band and zero line. We also had a really nice retracement zone right to the 50%, and there was a number 3 setup here on our 233. That actually came right down to the 61. So if you took the short in this area, you could have closed right here at your target, which was that 61 at 927. And you see we pull back to the LRC, which was coming down. We also had squeezing Bollinger Bands. Nice high probability area. Your target for that trade was 924. Looks like this general area of 928 wanted to hold once we reversed off of the 61. So when we broke back up, we went into a little bit of a larger pattern. And in our live trading class, we talked about this area, potential for a long. If you took it, it would have been a break even or maybe plus a point. From there, we broke the area, turned the momentum back to the downside, pulled in. We had a really nice short from the mid-band bear flag here to our target, which is the outer band there. We pull back. We had a high probability area here, which this was a little bit of a tight range. We had support on the 233 with this trend line coming up. It held, so you could have claimed a small profit or, again, about a break even or a couple of ticks loss. From there, we broke up, and this was during our live trading class. We actually had a bull flag here. The momentum was a little low right here, so if you were just hanging out waiting for momentum, you could have waited through this, pull back to the trend line, mid-band, and bull flag. It was a nice area. One of our members called it out. Again, it was just the momentum was just a little low here, so if you weren't trading during this time, you wouldn't have participated in this one. We actually had our first target up here. And I'll show you the extension that we used. Oops, let me turn the snap tool on. You can see that we have our anchor, run, pivot, retracement to the area, 61% extension up here at 931.50. And when we got there, this was higher time frame resistance, so you could have closed. We did a very deep retracement here. We actually used the 930 area support, pulled down to the zero line mid-band. Price got a little choppy through here. We had a long setup that came up and gave us divergence at this double top, so we could have claimed some profit here. If you held, you would have needed to keep your stop behind this pivot low. If you brought it into a break even, you would have been stopped out. But there was actually two long opportunities, one through here where we're still at the zero line. You actually have that LRC coming up, and then the momentum really picked up here. This is just a beautiful move. If you extend your extension here, I'll show you where your targets would have been for this trade. All right, you can see on this long, you have a target 933. When you catch this LRC, it's actually just shifted colors from magenta to cyan, squeezing Bollinger Bands. Real nice high probability area there. And this thing just made a beeline up to the 941 area. And I'll show you the first time that you could have actually exited this trade was, let me line up the 233. Right here, whenever you break that bottom Bollinger Band on the 233, showing you potential for retracement. It never did that coming up through here. It was just on top of that LRC. But once you break this area, you can see the retracement came in. So, you know, a minimum on this trade, if you participated, you know, we had a number one entry point down here around the 3150 area. So if you carried this up to, you know, the 4150 or the 40 area, you could have had about a 9-point trade here. And then we had another high probability trade with the LRC. It was overextended, but we had a number one entry at the zero line here, and that ran for about another 5 or 6 points. So just a beautiful trend here in the afternoon. I want to point out that we only trade with a 610 momentum, where some people speculate trying to guess when the market's going to reverse. I know a lot of traders who don't trade our methodology that lost money anticipating shorts here. And our trading system keeps us on the right side of the market, and you can see today was just extraordinarily profitable. I mean, if you only caught a few of these trades today, you could really made some nice profit. Have a great one.